Audio loop, huh? So are we doing this, guys, or are we not? We are here currently live on air at Toxik-Vermin's household. Now I'm checking out where my stream is. There we are, I'm live. Where my stream is. There we are, I'm live. It's not even using my mic. My stream is. Hello? It's not even using my mic. My stream is. Hello? Hello. Better. Hello? Hello. Better. Something's not correct. This one we fuck off, and this is the one. This one we fuck off, and this is the one. This one we fuck off. Let's turn the audio of the stream off for a second. Hello, guys. Hi. Hello, guys. Hi. Hello, guys. It's not particularly good, I must admit. It used to be better, or at least I think it used to be better. Okay, it is actually pretty good. Well, I don't want to hold it like that the entire time of the stream. That would be ridiculous. So I'm gonna place it right up next to me, very close, where everybody knows that the mic man is here. The man with the mic. Hi, my name is Mike. How you doing, guys? Yeah, streaming and beaming. We're streaming a little bit of random internet shenanigans. You know, the usual kind. I'm gonna go on this one and just fucking look up whatever. I was thinking Game Awards, because guys, for those who don't know, the Game Awards are in front of the door, and we as the viewers, I heard we cannot vote this time, but it would be kind of weird if that was the case. Do I really need to sign in, or can I just like vote? Vote now, come on. No thanks. Vote, let's go. Okay, guys, we're gonna be voting. We're going to be voting for the Game Awards. Let me hear. We're gonna be voting. We're going to be voting for the Game Awards. Let me turn this shit down. This is pretty fucking loud. Just heard it. And I decided, instead of just regularly voting, it should be a bit more interesting. In case, in fact, I have a little bottle of Ouzo here with me. Ouzo is one of my favorite drinks ever, right next to Berliner Luft. And I decided that this is quite strong of a drink. It's not as strong as vodka. I have some vodka here too, but I don't want to drink it. I hate that. Ouzo is the better alternative for me. So every time there's like some bullshit going up, I'm gonna have a tiny ass shot of this, approximately this much, prepared, and then off blast, I say. Off blast. I just fucking spilled a little bit of it. What the fucking hell? Okay, let's go for the voting. I heard that apparently, I didn't like check out anything, but I heard it's absolute bullshit what is going on here. Viewing all categories. I don't know, should we like view the categories first before we really go with anything else? I feel like we should. I feel like the categories are like a essential thing to view before we go for the voting. Let me actually check the categories. Okay. Well, there's a shit ton of... There's a lot of categories. Not as much as last year, but still. We have Game of the Year, obviously. We have Best Game Direction, aka the director who like directed the game, kind of like the movie awards. We have the Best Narrative, the best story, obviously. Best Art Direction, says it all. Score and Music, says it all. Audio Design, you know, ambience and shit like that. The Best Performance, the Bestest Actor, obviously. Innovation and Accessibility. A kind of self-explanatory. Games for Impact, I don't understand this one. Best Ongoing Games, yeah, self-explanatory. Best community support, same thing. Indie, debut indie, mobile game VR, best action game, best action adventure, best RPG, best fighting, best family, best sim, best sport, best multiplayer, best adaptation. I feel like with the category of which, you know, action adventure, action game, RPG, fighting, family, strategy, sports, and shit like that, I think these are incredibly lowbrow. I think they need to be fleshed out a bit better. Where is best shooters? Where is best jump and run game? Why, that's probably family game, but I believe it should be its own thing. Best, you know, I don't count this as bullshit yet. Content creator of the year. That is bullshit. For that I shall drink water. Wow. This shit hits, brother. Christ. It was a bit too much at once. I'm getting already red. Oh, oof. Yeah, okay. I think I get the gist of it. But that is already bullshit in my eyes, because I don't think that shit like this should get nominated as a whole. Let's start the voting, shall we? Okay, we're already starting off with the big cream over here. Right off the bat, I've never heard of Balatro. Never ever. I'm surprised this is even like part of the decision. Never heard of it. But there's already a couple of games that I've played here. For instance, Astrobot I've played. Black Myth Wukong I've played. I played Elden Ring, but not the DLC. I do not understand why a DLC is in Game of the Year category. It's a DLC game. It's an add-on. Why is this here? Why? That is, you know, this would already be bullshit. I should drink the entire bottle, but I think this thing actually kicks in more than I thought it would. I'm gonna leave that behind. That is poor. No, but this is part of the bullshit meter. What is this crap? What is this crap? Elden Ring here? What the fuck is Balantros? Local Funk Playstick. Never heard of it. Final Fantasy Rebirth, obvious choice. Metaphor Refantasio, one of the only JRPGs that came out this year. Never played it. I've seen it. It looks pretty cool. Want to play it? Can't. It's too expensive. Well, fuck it. My vote is a bit hard because we have Astrobot and Black Myth Wukong, two games which I platinumed and played an endless amount of times. Especially Black Myth Wukong, I put a lot of time into like finishing off that game. I'd say all in all, overall, the most innovative game that I've played out of these would be Astrobot. Black Myth Wukong was super fun, but after the third time finishing the game, I was kind of like, yeah, you know what, it is a bit dragging. Astrobot, you finish once and you're done. And Astrobot was just a fun time from start to finish. Black Myth Wukong had its moments where you'd say, yeah, I really don't want to go through this again. My vote goes to Astrobot. I think this is a game. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to close this shit. I don't want to. I already voted. This is the game I choose, okay? I don't know. Oh, I have to sign up to vote. Alright. Alright. Okay, for this, I shall close this for a minute. Oh wait, wrong one. I shall close this for a minute so you guys can see this. I do watch out for my privacy, obviously, as any sane person obviously should. Yeah, like this. Go in, password. Oh my god, again with this password shit. Okay, I think that was about it. We can turn it on again. Okay, let's try that instead. Yes, continue. So, Astrobot, my vote goes here. Yeah, next category, let's go. Best game direction. Well, in this case, I go for Black Myth Wukong. I think the whole direction of the game in general was just really creative. Okay, now we have a little bit something else. We have best narrative games with a pretty good story. Obviously, Final Fantasy is always kind of on top there. We have Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I have not played that one, unfortunately. I want to play it, but I haven't. I haven't played Metaphor, and Senua's Sage Hellblade 2 I heard is pretty horrible. But Silent Hill 2 is on here, and Silent Hill 2 is a cult classic in terms of story. But Silent Hill... And I think Silent Hill 2 is the one for me. Although practically I think Final Fantasy is probably the better story, but Silent Hill 2 I have played. Best art direction. That is a difficult one. I like the way Black Myth Wukong looked, I like the way Astrobot looked, but I have to say, I really like Metaphor Fantasio's art style. It is really cool. I like that one, so I'll let this one slide in. Next category. So, best score and music. Well, I'll say this. Astrobot soundtrack is pretty good, but it can go on my nerves. Final Fantasy is also pretty good. Metaphor Fantasio I haven't heard. Silent Hill 2 is also pretty good and fits the mood very well. And Stellar Blade is a horrible soundtrack. I don't like the soundtrack of Stellar Blade at all. I would go for, honest to God, Final Fantasy. Because the Final Fantasy soundtracks are always really good, and this one is also pretty damn good. I heard that. Whatever, best audio design. Well, for this goes to Silent Hill. I think horror games in general, they live from audio design. So Silent Hill 2 really wins in this case. Oh! What is this? Best performance. I don't know what the fuck or where you guys played in. I assume it's all English performances and shit. Or something like that. Well, I have only played Silent Hill, so once again... And I think the performance was good in Silent Hill. This is one of the things I actively talked about during my Let's Play. Innovation and accessibility. Oh, well, I have not played Star Wars Outlaws, but I imagine it's not the best in this field. Dragon Age Veilguard is pretty accessible, I'd say. But I don't like Dragon Age Veilguard. I think the game looks crap. I don't understand why people really love it so much. And now that I see Prince of Persia Lost Crown here, I don't understand why that wasn't on the Game of the Year thing rather than Elden Ring, that a game which does not deserve to be there again. We have Black Ops 6, a game that I haven't played, and Diablo 4, a game that I have played. Diablo 4, I must admit, is pretty boring for a Diablo game. Therefore, I think I'd go for Prince of Persia Lost Crown. The settings in this game are also very accessible. I mean, what does it even mean, accessible? Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features. Yeah, exactly. So I'd go for Prince of Persia, because that game had a few options for which the game would become a bit better to play. Alright. Here we have a bunch of... I think I know already which one I'd give my vote for. Games for Impact. And overall, Indica kind of got me in a way that other games couldn't get me this year. I think Indica was even, from the emotional impact and the story, a bit better than, I'd say, Silent Hill 2 Remake, because Indica was super interesting. And it works so much with these metaphors, with these hidden messages and meanings, that it just became a joy to play this game and to look the narrative, the cutscenes and everything. I loved Indica. Let's go, next one. I hope Indica wins, though I strongly doubt. Best ongoing game. Well, Diablo just recently started. I'd say Final Fantasy is a pretty good ongoing game. To be fair with you, I think Helldivers is really good. I don't understand the recent hate that it gets. Destiny 2 is always a good game. I'd say Final Fantasy is also pretty good because I played that one. I go for Destiny because I don't know. I think Destiny is remarkable. Destiny 2 with how much content it gets and for how long you're supporting this game. Incredible. Let's go next game. Best community support. I'm pretty sure Helldivers 2 would not get this crown because everybody's so fucking mad at this game now. But I'll say No Man's Sky. I think what they did with No Man's Sky was incredible. There's a lot of community support in that game, and No Man's Sky in general is a game that I'm really fascinated by. Okay, here we have best independent game. You guys know me very well. You guys know that I'm not the guy who plays a lot of, indie games. Or I do play a lot of indie games, but I'm not super, keen or super duper interested in these things. I'm not. So I have actually no clue about any of these games. I think Neva is the closest one that I know. It's like Gris. I think it's even by the guys who made Gris. Gris is pretty good. So I have no reason to assume that this one is shit. Although I have to say UFO 50 looks really fun. I've never heard of this game before. It looks pretty fun. It has a nice art style. I've never heard of these two. Animal Well I know, but I haven't played, so I'd go for Neva. I think Neva. Next one. Best debut indie game. The Plucky Squire. I played that one. That's an indie game? Well, it's pretty good. I'll say the Plucky Squire is definitely a good game. Let's go. Mobile game. Oh boy. AFK Journey I've played. I think that is a pretty decent game. Pokemon trading card game Pocket. I didn't even know that released. Wuthering Waves, I've never heard about it, and Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero is pretty popular, and I have the feeling that Zenless Zone Zero may win. But because I want to be a bit contra, I'm gonna go for AFK Journey. I played AFK Journey. I like AFK Journey. Next game. Best VR game. I haven't played any of these, but I assume I have to vote. And if I had to vote, I'd have to vote for something which I heard really good things about. I heard Asgard's Wrath 2 was pretty good, but Metro Awakening and Metal Hellsinger VR, those two games I have played the normal versions of. So I assume that they're very close to to the greatness of the normal versions. And I'd say Metal Hellsinger is pretty damn innovative, but Metro Awakening has a really damn good story. And experiencing that in VR, I can imagine is pretty damn cool. I would, though, go for Metal Hellsinger VR because the game is already such a unique experience. I think with the VR attached to it, it's an even more unique experience. Okay, so far so good. I'm actually enjoying this. Best action game. Oh! First things first, I don't think Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is as good as the other ones. Helldivers 2 is pretty fun, but a bit lackluster. Stellar Blade has a really overrated combat system. Warhammer Space Marine 2 is pretty fun, but my vote goes for Black Myth Wukong. I think Black Myth Wukong has one of the best combat systems. Not just that, the best Souls combat system or stamina-based combat system that I have ever seen. So much fun combos you can do, nice trickeries here and there. You equip this and that item, you suddenly have new attacks. It's so cool. Black Myth Wukong has a really deep system. It's easy to learn, but hard to master. This is one of those games where this tag applies to correctly, perfectly. And Black Myth Wukong is great. Next game. Best action adventure game. I have played these three, and I'd say out of these, Prince of Persia was the most adventurous game to me. But that is not so hard, because every Prince of Persia that I've played is a pretty interesting experience to me. Always. It always feels like the greatest adventure I ever had. Prince of Persia, the reboot on PS3. Prince of Persia Sands of Time, Prince of Persia, Warriors Within. All of these games, I love them so dearly. And The Lost Crown actually brought this part back that I really missed. It is a Metroidvania in style, but it is more unique than most Metroidvanias. So, let's go. Prince of Persia gets another vote for me. Next one. Best RPG. Okay, that is easy. I have only played one of them. Well, two. But I strongly doubt that Elden Ring is ever gonna land in my top 10 list of best RPGs. But Dragon's Dogma 2, good character editor. Story is lackluster, but the graphics are really good. The physics are very good. The gameplay is pretty fucking good. The team mechanics are pretty fucking good. The online play is pretty fucking good. This game is awesome. And I just recently played it. Therefore, Dragon's Dogma 2 wins this one. Capcom, congratulations. Next one. Best fighting game. I have played, surprisingly, all of them. No, I have not played Sparking Zero yet. This one I have missed out on. So, that's honestly easy for me. There is one of these that I played a lot. And one of these that I played a lot with my friend. One of these that I think is a return to form for me. A really damn good fighting game, and that is Tekken 8. Tekken, you get a well-deserved medal by me, because this Tekken installment was finally the one that brought back elements to the series that I really missed. The Tekken 7 robbed off from me, but Tekken 8 brought them back in, and the story mode was awesome. The arcade mode was fun. Overall, there's a lot of content there. Some say, yeah, you can get the platinum, for instance, in what, 20 hours? Yeah, even less if you know what you're doing. But it's always a thing about luck. So next category. What do we have here? Best family game. I have played Astrobot, and Astrobot wins. You know, I'll say this: if I can let Astrobot win over any Nintendo game, I'll always do it. Astrobot is fantastic. Let's go. And I must admit, I haven't played that much Nintendo this year. I played a little bit of Nintendo, but I kinda doubt that the games that I played for the Switch will even be on this list. I doubt that Samba de Amigo will be on here. I really doubt that that game will be on here, or WarioWare. None of these will be here. I can already tell. Okay, best sim action strategy games. Yeah, I haven't played any of them. I have I have this on my wish list, I have this on my wish list, I have this on my wish list, I have this on my wish list. This I never heard about. But the other four games I all have on my wish list. I know that Age of Mythology is already a good game series. I like Age of Mythology. I used to play it a lot on the PC back when I was younger. Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, looks so amazing. I would have loved to play this on day one, but I couldn't. Frostpunk 2, I love these type of genres of games with this apocalyptic setting. Fallout is one of my favorite game series. I couldn't play this one. And Unicorn Overlord, I could play it. It is a pretty unique RPG from what I heard. But for this one, I just have to go by feeling, and I think Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess is most likely the best one in this regard. Or at least the best one for me. Best sports and racing games. Yes. Easy. Formula 1 24. Why? Because I've not played any of these games, and the only thing that I would ever choose is a racing game over any of the other ones. Best multiplayer games. So, I'd say this. Helldivers 2 is pretty damn fun. I had a lot of fun playing Helldivers 2 with my brother. But I think Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 gets the cake. This is a full-on online multiplayer experience, although it has a story, but I think it deserves this, at least this. Oh, that's what they mean with best adaptation. Okay, first things first. Tomb Raider, fuck off. I hate the art style, I hate the story, I hate what they did to the characters. Fuck off. Arcane I haven't watched, but I'm already annoyed by the show. Knuckles. Hell nah. Knuckles was such a disappointment of a show. Holy Jesus. I thought when I watched Knuckles, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. They don't have to push this stupid religious propaganda on me in that show. The stupid narrative of, oh yeah, we're all so good at fine. No, fuck this shit. And the stupid 80s humor, no, I don't like that. You know, 80s humor can be really fun, but I hate it when it's kind of like the Goldbergs. And watching Knuckles the show, to me, felt like I was watching a fucking furry-fied version of the Goldbergs. And I don't want that. The Goldbergs is already a shit show. Why would I want to watch a version of it with Knuckles? And I love Knuckles. He was a good character in this. He was really good character in this. And I think the action scenes were great. That the stupid policeman Gordon or whatever the fuck his name is, they should scrap this character out of the entire fucking movie trilogy. I don't want him anywhere near my fucking Sonic movies anymore. Get rid of this bastard. So, Like a Dragon Yakuza. I planned on watching it, but I didn't, unfortunately. I already saw it a couple of times, but I was like, you know, I don't have time. But what I had time for, what I watched with both my brother and my father, we watched it twice. First I watched it with my brother, and then afterwards me and my dad watched it together. Because it is a really good show, it has all the elements of a good Fallout title. It uses a lot of the Bethesda law, which is okay by me. It has a little bit of the old classic law as well, but I think what made Fallout so great is the great acting. Ella Purnell, great actress. I think she really killed it. In this main role, she literally felt like a Vault character. Can't get any better than that. We have the Brotherhood of Steel Man, we got the fucking Gunslinger, Ghoul. I forgot the names, unfortunately, but I liked watching it. And all of these characters that they felt like they were from the video game, but it didn't feel like so out of place. It felt very realistic, like very fitting. And Fallout as a whole, the story was also really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of typical. It felt like it would come from the games, but it felt a bit more personal than usual. If anything, it felt a bit like the story of Fallout 3, I'd say. Yeah, Fallout 3 fits well. Yeah, I'll say Fallout is good. Fallout is fun. Next category, please. Most anticipated game. Oh, boy. You know, if Ghost of Yotai had the main character of the first game, I would have said that game. But now in the state it is, it's a no-go for me. Death Stranding 2, I have not finished the first one. GTA 6 could be pretty good. I think it will be good. Monster Hunter Wilds is definitely gonna be good. But I'll say Metroid Prime 4. Because I love the Metroid Prime series. I have played 1, 2, 3. And I've played the spin-off titles as well. The one on the DS, the one on the 3DS, Federation Force, blah 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 blah. I got the remake on the Switch. I'm surprised that one wasn't on the list. And I'd say Metroid Prime 4, because I'm really looking forward to what Retro Studios is gonna do, and I hope that the controls are gonna get better this time. Next category. What do we have here? Oh wow, content creator. Can I skip this shit? Can I skip this shit? Like content creators. What a stupid category. Do we really need that in the Game Awards? I'm just gonna say this guy, he looks funny. Okay, next. Best esports game. Another thing that I think is totally useless. But I'll say, I'll go for Counter-Strike. I like Counter-Strike, so I guess that. What else? Best esports athlete. Guys, now you are killing me. I think this guy has quite a rad pose. I'll take him. Chen Yongkang. Okay. That best esports team. My god, guys, stop it. I don't know. I don't fucking play any of these games. I'll go for these guys. I don't know why. Okay, notify me when voting for each round. What do you mean round to open the... Ah! Oh, crazy. So there's gonna be more votings. Free votings. Notify me. Notify me. I don't want to subscribe, but notify me. Okay? Okay. Let me check on the news. There is Shining Bright Geoff Keighley or whatever the fuck. I always forget how to pronounce his name or whatever. The Amazon Game Awards, or no, it's streaming through Amazon. Meet our accessibility nominees. Well, I don't know. So there's nothing else to this. Now, what does this one say? Watch now. What is Jeff Keighley up to, huh? What is he doing? What is our man Jeff doing? What is he talking, huh? Come on, Jeff. Hit me with your wisdom, Jeff. I have a little wisdom, Jeff.
And the Game Award goes to... And the Game Award goes to... And the winner is... And the winner is... 10 years ago, we began a journey together to celebrate video games as the biggest, most powerful form of entertainment in the world. And on Thursday, December 12th, right here at Peacock Theater in Los Angeles, we will recognize the best and show you what's next with the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards.
What is he like doing this? Is he cowering in fear or something?
Global nominations.
What is Jeffy Boy up to? Wait, let me hear this on stream.
My distinct honor to
What is he like doing this? Is he cowering in fear or something? What is Jeffy Boy up to? Wait, let me hear this on stream.
The world. And you can help select the winners by voting right now at thegameawards.com. All right, you've waited long enough, so let's do it. Here are the nominees for the Game Awards 2024.
Der Notino Black Friday geht weiter.
So, I understand it like this. You can still vote, like I just did, with the difference that there's gonna be judges now, and they have votings too. And from what I heard, some of the judges that there will be, I think it's saying somewhere, trophy designed for better download 3D mode. For real, I can just download this shit? I could just download the Game Awards? I mean, what's the reason? Why would I? No, okay, whatever. Geoff Keighley. Okay, low key. Guys, low key. Can anybody on this planet please tell me how you pronounce this name? Geoff Keighley. I see it as Jeff Keighley. I think the O is kind of silent. Jeff Keighley. Keighley. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, yeah, here we have the advisory board. The board is not involved in the section of voting at the same time as the general public. The advisory board includes... So what are they doing? Rob Kostich. You know, we went from a guy called Bobby Kotick to Rob Kostich. Or Kostich, I don't know. Dr. Lisa Su, AMD. Laura Mile, EA. Phil Spencer, Microsoft. Hideo Kojima from Kojima Company. Epic Games. Doug Bowser, my god. Moss Merrill. Rockstar. Oh my god. Mr. Ubisoft is also here. Stephen May or Stephen Ma from Tencent, and we have entirety of Sony and Valve over here. All right. Hollywood Reporter. Yeah. I could contact them. I could write a pretty nasty little email if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna. So I guess I can watch it here on the website itself. I never did that, I must admit. I always watched through YouTube, through Twitter, Amazon, wherever the fuck. PlayStation streamed it one time. What is this? What the fuck? Does China have that much? In addition, the game was also ran. Yeah. China gets the extra cookies over here. Yeah, whatever. December 13th, 12:30 a.m. That sounds like a horrible fucking time, but what can I do? On another note, I have another thing that I wanted to look up. It is something that I wanted to see. IGN. Horror list. There is apparently a little list going on. Yes, the 25 best horror games of all time. All time. By IGN. We all know IGN. We all know that IGN has absolutely no clue about video games. Or anything, for the matter of fact. Even movies, they suck at. But I'm curious. What will there be on this little list here? Me, as somebody who can consider himself as a horror video game aficionado, a veteran, a connoisseur of the genre, I think I have a lot of saying in this. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Go away, man. What are you trying to do here? Oppose me with your glasses? What are you doing? Bro, what are you doing, huh? Huh? Okay, no. Enough is enough. Let's see what... A puppet combo. Okay, wait. This may be better than I thought it would. Okay, let's read. Horror means different things to different people. Some people hate clowns, some are troubled by the unknown of a dark space under the bed. And some, my old flatmate, will run away if wooden spoon gets too close to brushing against their skin. The same broad range of fear can be found in video games as well. Sure, there are jumpy moments in The Last of Us Part 2 and Bloodborne Yarnums is dressed to the nines in gothic horror. But here we're looking at those entirely scary experiences. Those games that chill us to the core and are purely horrific, yet brilliant, with an emphasis placed on what we find the scariest. Here are the 25th best horror games of all time. Alright, IGN. Who wrote this? Is it like one man thing or is it like a group thing? May just be a group thing though. Okay. I'm pumped. I think I need water. I'll be right back. I need water. This thirsty man needed water. I found it. Some water. Let's drink the drink of legends. Okay. Let's get it on. We start the list off with Stay Out of the House. Okay. This is a puppet combo game? I have played it, but I haven't finished it. This is one of the only ones that I haven't finished. Yeah. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Would I per se say that it's one of the best horror games of all time? Nah. Not really. It's very competent. It's very competent, but I don't think it's really scary. I think Puppet Combo had some other games that were a bit more frightening than that. Kudos to Non-Massacre. I would be surprised if that game would be on this list. Non-Massacre is really scary. That one can really creep me out. But Stay Out of the House is relatively tame in comparison. I mean, all of these horror slasher type of games that they have going on are relatively tame in comparison. One relatively unique one that they had is Night at the Gates of Hell, but I doubt it's going to be on here, so let's read why. In recent years, many have attempted to capture the nostalgic yet deeply unsettling aesthetic of analog horror. A subgenre centered around turn of the millennium tech and found footage, but none do it quite as well as developer Puppet Combat. With a library of over 20 developers and 20 developed and published games, there's no shortage of gory and intense homages to the era of the VHS or PS1 to choose from. But Stay Out of the House is a standout entry to the one-man studio work, a mix of immersive sim and survival horror. You're put to the test as you attempt to escape the disgusting lairs of the cannibal butcher. I mean, yeah, it is quite impressive that it's always done by one guy. Not exclusively. Sometimes it's 2 guys or 3 guys. It depends. It very much depends on how... on who they're bringing on board to this thing. But I don't think that Stay Out of the House... What did he call it? He called it a immersive sim and survival horror. Well, I don't know if it's so much of an immersive sim. It does feel super video gamey in a way. Sure, I guess there's not much of an HUD or anything like that, but it is a pretty gamey game. I have to admit. I don't think it's very much a immersive sim. Survival horror, yeah, definitely, 100%, can agree with that. VHS, found footage aesthetic, yeah, all of that is in there. I usually put away the found footage aesthetic. Yeah, I mean, fair, it's fair and all. I'm glad that they put a game like this on here, I have to admit. Although it is a 25 games list, so let's not forget that there's 24 more to go. Let's go. Slender the 8 pages! Really? Really? I praised you guys for Stay Out of the House and then you come around with Slender the 8 pages. In what world is Slender the 8 pages better than Stay Out of the House? Nah. Guys, come on. It's 2024, not 2012. Slender used to be scary. It came around in a time where horror games were not so immersive, so well made, very different in style. Especially PC horror games. This was kind of a revelation in that. It was pretty good for what it was. But you cannot put it on a list of 25 best horror games of all time. You know, if you put Slender the Arrival on here, alright, I get it. This is a much more full fleshed out game, story, everything. But this is just a fucking game where you collect 8 pages. I can recreate that in my fucking forest over here. This is not a game. This is a fucking forest. This is found footage shit. Also, this bitch ass never attacks you. You just look at him the wrong way, side eye him, and he's already like. There's no horror. Let me read. Who knew that in 2012 a simple sentence like collect all 8 pages would leave such a lasting imprint on the imagination of all those who read it? Inspired by the success of its creepypasta namesake, Slender the 8 pages arms you with just a flashlight and a task you with sneaking through park at night to collect a series of increasingly creepy notes. Sounds easy, until you realize you need to stay one step ahead of the Slender Man, a tall, faceless, tuxedo-wearing terror that stalks you through the 10 or so minutes, hopefully take you to the escape. It's simple but effective, and a stalking treat stays with you far longer than it takes you to play. Okay, if it's the stalking aspect, alright. But Amnesia: The Dark Descent, that has stalking in it. Resident Evil Nemesis. What about those stupid granny games that everybody likes to play? Okay, there's shit. But there was this one game with the retro aesthetic. I think that one was way scarier than Slender the 8 pages. It came around the same time. I think it was also based on a creepypasta. They only put Slenderman in here because it's a popular choice. Although I don't know a single person who in 2024 talks about Slenderman in a positive light like this, especially the 8 pages. What the fuck is the 8 pages? What is the 8 pages? It's not even a horror game. This is, I mean, it is a horror game, but it's so weak. You can't just choose this fucking game. That is just, sorry. It is a horror game, but it's so weak. I don't think you can choose this game per se. Nah, I don't know. That's already, I don't know. At putting it over Stay Out of the House, that feels like a crime. Honestly, it feels also a bit like an insult. But, 23 more games to go. Let's see what else we have here. They even have a little bit of a story explained here. Cool and all. Don't need it. 23, The Evil Within. Yeah, I like The Evil Within. I think The Evil Within was a very overhated game. But for its time when it came out, 2014 or I don't know when. Oh, it actually says 2014 October. Oh, well, yeah. For that time, yeah, pretty good game. I liked The Evil Within. I think The Evil Within was not fantastic or anything, but it had a lot of variety, a lot of charm. It felt like Resident Evil 4 expansion pack. I'd say at times even better than Resident Evil 4. But I don't know. I kind of personally prefer The Evil Within 2. And on top of that, I would not place The Evil Within on 23. I think The Evil Within is somewhere around the range of 15 to 10. That is, I think, a good spot for this game. Let me read. Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami returns to survival horror game in 2014 with The Evil Within, and its warped world didn't disappoint. The Evil Within offers challenging gameplay, limited resources, and engaging story in the brilliant horrific enemy design. Engaging story, I don't know. The Keeper, Laura, Zen, and Neon, to name just a few that have haunted one or two of our nightmares since. I don't know if you can call the story of The Evil Within, engaging. It is interesting, it's intriguing, but it has so many flaws and plot holes. It makes you wonder how the developers or the writers didn't notice a single of these problems that they wrote in. I cannot name you any because it was a long time since I played the game, but when I played the game back then, I was utterly confused. I felt like the game made no sense story-wise. Everything else about the game was fantastic, apart from the black bars up and down. I wanted them to be gone forever, but nah, never. Oh guys, I need to remove these things for a minute. Whew. This is actually quite cool. I got myself some a nose ring. It costed me what, €2? And it's magnetic. You just put it in here and then you have a nose ring. It's much cooler than having to like fucking pierce it right through and like hurting yourself. It's ridiculous. There's more to it. This wickedly creative, tense, and yes, tough game does not suffer fools gladly. Yet you've been an even greater one not to give it a chance. We may have seen that bleeding game over the screen a few more times than we'd like, but it never made us not want to jump straight back. That is definitely a great survival horror. Yes, I think it is a great survival horror. I think actually it's a wonderful survival horror. It's a game with a lot of charm. They should definitely bring it back, make a third game. It deserves a third game. After the second one, I think the second one flopped. That was the reason why I didn't make another one. But yeah, shame the developers died out. Condemned Criminal Origins. Yeah, Condemned is really damn good. May I add, it's a bit wonky to play, but I think it's horror. I think it's very, very well made horror, and it doesn't have a lot of this, supernatural bioweapon bullshit going on. It's a very straightforward horror. It's very realistic horror. It has humans, it has drugs, it has crime, it has death. It is purely something in its own league. I have never played a game like Condemned before. There aren't many games like that, honestly, where you play as like this FBI agent, or I don't know what you are, police detective, solving these crimes while also fighting off fist to fist or with guns, whatever you choose, against a lot of drug criminals, drug addicts who kill other people. It is a pretty effective game. I think Manhunt is comparable to it in a way. That's one of the other games I know where the main scare factor of the game are the people and no monsters or anything like that. But yeah, Condemned is awesome, and I did not know that it released in 2005. I could have sworn in 2006. Whatever. But should it be at 22? I honestly think Condemned is scary enough to be somewhere in the top 10. It is a very effective game. The AI of the enemies are so clever. They literally play hide and seek with you in an open space. So you never actually know where the enemy spawns from. You know, you have games where the enemies always spawn from the same side. Not in Condemned. They always come from all around the places. Which is something I appreciate about that game. And I think Monolith Production were one of the best developers of that time. It's a shame that they kind of fell down. Well, like, what have they been doing in the last few years? Nothing. Last game they did was Shadow of Mordor, which was an awesome game and pretty creative too. But it suffered from all the microtransactions that didn't have to be. Are you kidding me? I just spoiled myself right here. Can I actually, like... Whatever. Condemned criminal origin, in which you take one role of FBI agent, framed for murder, is an unforgettable journey through grimly ripped metropolis, combining survival horror action with detective work. It builds a great sense of atmosphere that always makes you feel on edge and uncomfortable. And that's the best part about it. Even if you're squeamish, we recommend you play this alone at night with all the lights off, even if it's just once, to fully appreciate just how frightening it really is. I could play it at this very moment. I have this game on my PC. But I don't know if Steam would let me play it, because my Steam on PC is a bit ridiculous. But I'd be down for playing this game. It is scary, it is fun, there is definitely something really unique about it. And already we spoke about it, Manhunt is also on here. Yeah, Manhunt, same thing, you fight off people, but with the difference that you're a criminal yourself, kinda like in the game The Suffering. Oh, would be cool if that game was on here. Anyways, Manhunt is in my eyes not scary. In a sense where I like jump scare or anything. It is scary from a premise. You're essentially being held captive in this fighting arena by weird drug lords, drug idiots, by snuff porn artists. And what are they doing? They're basically recording your entire step and making a snuff porn movie about it, where you kill people, where you where you fucking abuse people, you strangle them to death. This game is very gory killings, and I've already streamed it on my channel before. I like Manhunt. I think Manhunt is a pretty fun game. It is more of a stealth game than anything else. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really see it as a horror game in this sense. It is more of a... I also don't want to say drama. It's pretty much an action stealth game. Yeah, that fits it well. Let me read. Okay. Slowly, just that I don't fucking... fuck it over. Okay. While many games on this list have you playing an unwilling victim of horror, Manhunt stands out by making you the architect, albeit under side doers, of the terror. Hot on the heels of the worldwide success of Grand Theft Auto 3, same engine by the way, and Vice City, Rockstar surprised the world by choosing to take this controversial game to the next level. James Earl Cash, a criminal, which kind of sounds like James Earl Jones in my eyes. James Earl Cash, a criminal sentenced to death row for crimes too heinous to mention, is given a second chance in the form of starring role of a mysterious director's snuff film. Bloody, violent, and questionably sick, Manhunt is M-rated for a reason, and that's largely because its graphic depiction of murder, death by crowbars to the face, wire chokes, and machetes hacking are just some of the gruesome things you'll see. You may have seen this kind of thing in movies, anime, and the likes, but no video game at that point, or arguably since, had gone as far as Rockstar's Manhunt. Yes, that is true. I agree with that. Would I have placed it at 21? Quite frankly, no. But I think by the end of this list, you know what? I'm gonna be a bit unique over here. I'm gonna be a bit unique. Over here. There's some funny pictures over here. Don't question the alien. Okay. What kind of file is that anyway? I don't know if that is possible. Whatever. I think we'll get to this later. Next game. Inside. Okay. I don't think Inside is a horror game, guys. That's not a horror game. That's a jump and run game. A jump and run mystery game. Maybe even sci-fi in a way. But to call Inside horror? I don't know. I also don't think Limbo was particularly horror. But I could see why some would think that. Inside, on the other hand, I don't know. That's not horror. Nah. That ain't horror, my friend. That is something else. I don't know. That's... What are you saying? Anyone who's played Inside always wants to talk about the ending. That's perfectly understandable. Inside is one of the finest values of any game. His attention is drawn away from the real treat that's the 3 or 4 hour prior. Sasquatch being with an impressive sunset guess you're playing as a young boy in a world filled with ever increasing danger. I must still feel like an inside. Yeah, I don't know. Inside is good and all, but it's not horror. Nah. I think this one should have been cut off the list. You could have put it in, I don't know, 2D platformers list or puzzle platformer list. That would have fitted very, very well. Or sci-fi games. I think this game is more sci-fi. I always got a more sci-fi style out of it. But no, this is not my way. No, I wouldn't have put it on the list to begin with, honestly. Next game. Visage. Okay. The placement of this game is a big insult towards me. Visage is one of my top 5 favorite horror games of all time. And it's a game from 2019. It's a modern game which captivated me like no other horror game. Visage is the closest game to PT that we'll ever get. This game is so fucking scary. I loved playing every minute of this game. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the enemies. I enjoyed the scare factor. The fucking setting of the house. 3 entire different endings. Joke endings. Puzzle solving. It feels like an adventure. You're actually doing something. And this game is brilliant. The scares are awesome. There were moments in the game where I was literally cowering in fear. Not wanting to make my next move to the next room. Because suddenly the lights turn out, suddenly I heard weird footsteps, suddenly I only have a camera with which I have to flashlight in order to make any view for me. This game is fantastic. It is not at spot 19. No. I'm so looking forward to what could be better than Visage. There's supposed to be 18 more games on this list which are better than Visage. Okay. IGN, okay. What are you saying? Let me scroll down just gently. I think I can make out what it says down there, but I don't want to believe that it's this game. Anyways, when Konami canceled Silent Hill 2000, a slew of spiritual sections in the game heavily influenced by the playable teaser came out. This includes Sad Square Studio, first psychological horror Visage set in the 80s. You played Wayne Anderson, a resident of the large home tormented by the supernatural, as he tries to find a way out of it, learn more about what is causing paranormal activity. As you explore the dark and nearly silent house entitled Sound You're breaking lights, bulb and turning off the lights and slamming doors and constant barrage and sensory horror, combined with the pressure of maintained Wayne's makes you Visage one of more challenging horror games released in recent years. It is very much trial and error, but you patiently is rewarding with a fascinating story and the plenty of jump scares. While it may not be Silent Hills, the legacy of Konami's unreleased game courses through the veins of Visage, while also successfully established its own identity. I mean, I don't disagree with anything you said here, but 19? 19? I swear to God, if the next game is Phantasmophobia, I'm gonna flip out. Ah! No. Phasmophobia. Okay. Okay. I get where they're coming from. It's a unique concept. A game like this has never existed before. The gameplay is interesting. There's lots of cool creatures in the game, and it can quite, in fact, be super scary when you play it by yourself. But when you play it with friends in a group, I think the scare factor of this game goes down the toilet. There's nothing scary about this when you have people around you that you like. That is the first factor. And second off, this game is not and how would I say, a lasting impact. You play it for a bit, end of the day, go back to bed, and that's it. What have you done? In each game session of this game, what have you done? The same thing over and over again. It is a multiplayer game. It's solely designed to be a multiplayer action game. There's not much of any story going on, not much of any, violent scares going on. It is a very tame game as well, I say. It's not as scary as other games. Visage is miles better than this in comparison. It has a story, it has a lot of jump scares, it has a really cool creature designs. It is a really fucking scary game. Phantasmophobia is not. I mean, Phasmophobia. I always say Phantasmophobia. It's because of that fucking movie Phantasm. Whatever. What do you say? Phantasmophobia came onto the scene like a bat out of hell. 4 players joined together as an amateur ghost hunter, armed with tools like night vision cameras, holy water radios, wander through haunted homes of abandoned prisons, calling out for spirits from beyond, as you gather clues in an attempt to successfully identify what kind of ghost is haunting your location. As the clock ticks, the chances of running into a ghost increases, and so does the danger. Nothing beats the amount when you suddenly see your friend twist and contort after being caught by one of the Phantasmophobia's many evil spirits. As you desperately scramble to the exit of the hasty escape, as scary as it also delivers laughs in equal measure, eliciting, what the fuck does that mean? Those involuntary emotions only horror and comedy can provide. I mean, he pretty much said anything I just said, minus the negative parts. But okay, I get it. It's a unique. It's more of the luxury behind this game. It's more of the aspect of, hey, I've never played anything like this before. This is quite unique. Okay, I get it. This is quite cool. I see where they're coming from with this. But objectively speaking, from a player standpoint, from what game is better in general, Visage is better. Evil Within is better. Condemned is better. Heck, I get it. I would get it if this game was better than Slenderman. It is, 100%. I can even see how it's better than Stay Out of the House. Stay Out of the House is really not that special. But better than Visage, Condemned, and Evil Within. There's something wrong here. Dead by Daylight. How did I call it? I kind of knew in my head. Dead by Daylight is gonna be the next. From one multiplayer horror game to the next. Yeah, Dead by Daylight is alright. It's alright. It doesn't deserve the spot of 17. Nah. Every time I play this game, it is super fucking underdeveloped. They barely update it. The performance is shit. There is a huge roster of monsters and characters to play, even third-party licensed characters. That is really cool. But all in all, this is not a game I play for enjoyment. I play it with friends. Okay, that is fine. But the fact that Behavior Interactive, the developers behind it, don't bother fixing many of the issues that the game has, just baffles me. Baffles me to death. Because Behavior Games, they used to be such good developers. PS1 era, PS2 era, anything afterwards is just like, what is that shit? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is, what's the name of that game called with the bear? I don't know. I don't remember. But it's like, Behavior Games have not learned anything from their mistakes. They don't like to push for better performance or anything like that. And Dead by Daylight has been the way it has been since 2016. There were never major changes. Just new characters always added on to it. No, I cannot let that slip. Dead by Daylight is not 17. I would have understood it if Dead by Daylight was one above Slenderman. that would have been understandable. For what it is, it's alright. But putting it on 17, over Evil Within, over Condemned, over yada yada bing bong, no. No, what are you saying? Dead by Daylight launched in 2006 as a merge between well-meaning asymmetric slasher horror game, various bumbling teenagers avoiding gnarly evisceration from archetype slasher movie villains. 2021, it had become a Super Smash Bros. Of horror games, bringing in iconic killer characters from movies like Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Resident Evil, Nemesis, Silent Hill, Pyramid. Dead by Daylight continues to evolve in its premise, routinely adding new characters, features, and more to it to rock solid foundation. That is just plainly wrong. The last sentence. Adding new characters, yes. New features, I can see that too. But more to its rock solid foundation, no. The rock solid foundation has always stayed the same. Performance is still shit. So no. That is simply not true what they spoke here. One thing remains constant though. It's just the fun playing. Okay, yeah. Until Dawn. The new one, in fact. Okay. I played the original, and I loved the original. It was a really cool game. But I'd say this. The monster of the game was awesome. That was such a unique monster to have for a video game, and I have not seen an Wendigo in a game like this before. All the actors were really good and really well in acting. Though there is a bit of a trash charm to this game, I have to say it was an intriguing enough experience for me. This remaster apparently is like teasing a sequel, I heard. But I haven't played the remaster, I can only speak for the original. And the original was really good. I can get why it would be number 16. Maybe I would not understand how it's better than the likes of Condemned or Evil Within. But or Visage, but Until Dawn is good. This is a respectable placement because the game, there's not much to it. The gameplay is very straightforward. It's basically point and click adventure. I have not played the remaster. I can't talk for that one. I heard it has a lot of gameplay issues. And yeah, I don't think I have to read this. I just already spoiled myself by accident again. Wait. Possesses all the best and worst qualities of a B-grade horror. Camp, gore, death, impersonation, tension, cheesy dialogue, predictable plot, liberating use of scares. Its game's world, Blackwood Mountain Lodge, is relatively small, but developers made it as entertaining hostile as possible. Yeah. I agree. It is a cheesy fucking game. Oh, Christ almighty. I'm like stretching left and right. I just can't. Wow. I lost so much energy from fucking Visage being on that placement it was on. Alan Wake 2. I have played Alan Wake 2. And I have to say it is a pretty good game. It has maybe for my taste a bit too much jump scares going on. It really relies heavily on them. But that is not per se a bad thing. It is kind of like Resident Evil 4 from the gameplay style with extra addition of, blah blah blah. I have light as a source power. There's a lot of FBI work you can do. The FBI work is cool in idea and in concept. But the execution of it is kind of like okay. It's not the Yellow Fromniac, let's say that. I wouldn't say it's the Yellow Fromniac personally. The core gameplay of the shooting and everything, that is fine. The story is pretty interesting as well, pretty intriguing. For those who played the first game, the second game has interesting continuation to the first game's plot. Other than that, it's a fun game. But I think Evil Within is better. I still think Evil Within is better. And I compare it specifically to that game because they're both going for a very similar approach of horror. Even by the monster designs you could tell they're very similar. Sorry. But yeah, okay, it's fine. 15, alright. It's one of the most modern horror games you have. It's one of the best AAA horror games you can have. Taking cues from the likes of David Lynch, Stephen King, David Fincher, Alan Wake 2 is a deeply cinematic dive into the surreal. It's a game of two halves. It follows intertwined journeys of titular writer Alan Wake and FBI agent Sage Anderson. In Alan's chapter, you'll blast ghostly figures and solve Resident Evil-esque puzzles in a nightmare version of New York City. But the further you venture, the stranger things get. You'll write new pathways through reality, witness a bizarre Finnish horror movie, endure an anxiety-inducing chat show, and take part in the best rock opera you've ever gone your way through. Things are more grounded but similarly mechanical fascinating. When taking control of Sage, her chapters see the story transform into a blend of Hannibal and Zodiac, with the Silent Hill-esque exploration and combat sitting neatly next to the police-processed work. As you've investigated a chilling skein of ritual murder, you'll need to arrange clues on your evidence board and drill deeper into the minds of your many suspects. This is all adds up to the deeply ambitious, frequently disturbing experience, but one that's never afraid or derailing the tension to deliver an unexpected comedy punchline. Yeah, describes it pretty well, I'd say. This is a well explanation of what Alan Wake 2 all is about. You know what I'm missing from this list? They're not really explaining why the placement of certain games are on the placement where they are. Like, I would have loved to know why the Slender Man was on that placement and not further up. It would be interesting to hear what they had to say. Or why Evil Within is so far down. Okay. Next game. Soma. I must admit, I have actually never played Soma. Never. I think I started it off one time, but I didn't really play it. I only know that it's a sci-fi horror game, or even cyberpunk. I don't know. I think sci-fi. That is cool, but I have not played it, so I can't really talk much about it. Maybe 14 is a good spot. I don't know. Let me read into it. Elevated horror has become an important part of spooky cinema over the past decades, combining chill scares with artistic direction that explores ambitious topics or lofty subject matter. This approach is much rare in games, but Soma is undoubtedly one of the subgenre's shining interactive examples. Set in a decaying underwater research facility, it navigates themes of identity, consciousness, and the role of artificial intelligence, while also subjecting you to nail-biting stealth horror situations. So it's like Alien Isolation, I assume, or Amnesia, something like that. Soma sees developer Friction Games return to the playback established in its prior game. Oh, he's from the guys who made Amnesia. Ah, and so this is a non-competitive experience with an emphasis on avoiding danger at all cost. Progressing deeper into its dread-filled narrative comes only via careful exploration of the facility's barnacle-encrusted corridors and completion of puzzles, with each one unlocking new areas and even more chilling monsters to hide from. For frights with an even helping off, though. This is the ocean floor trip for you. I like Amnesia a lot. I assume Soma is also pretty good. I always wondered, because I knew about Soma, I always wondered, where are these developers now? Seems like they've never been gone. It's the guys from Amnesia. They made a new Amnesia game. I haven't played that one though. What was the name of it? Dark Descent? Something like that. I don't remember. Okay, I already spoiled myself, but I'm curious. It says Clock Tower. Which one? Which one will it be? There's exactly 2 games with the same name. I assume it's the Super Nintendo one. And that it is. The Super Nintendo game from 1995. PS1 as well. Yeah, they put... Okay. What spot do we have here? 13. Okay, understandable. Honestly, I would have placed it even more down because it is cool for its time. But it is not a game that you would want to return back to in modern times, honestly. Despite never being released outside of Japan and Europe, Clock Tower is a 16-bit survival horror classic that deserves its place on this list, thanks to its pioneering stalker psychopath gameplay. Jennifer is a teenager orphan stranded in Resident Evil-like manor, and she is tasked with point-and-click through its impressively detailed oppressive world. Worst still, she has to avoid the dreaded Scissor Man who, much like Mr. X, Nemesis and Pyramid Head, is a nearly unstoppable force who is always lurking nearby. With the multiple endings to experience, you'll certainly have reasons to replay this horror time and time again. I am one of those guys who replayed this game time and time again. And I have to say, I liked my time with Clock Tower, but I don't love it like I did with these sequels, the later ones. Clock Tower 1 is an interesting start to the franchise. It kickstarted the point-and-click survival horror genre, kind of like Until Dawn, and it also has like a chase mechanic, kind of like Resident Evil. So yeah, there is. I can see where they're coming from with the text, but the placement in my eyes is maybe a bit too high for this game. I think the sequels would have deserved a bit more to go up, but you know. I think this is more respectable than most of the other shit we've seen on the list. The next one I already spoiled myself, and yeah, this is... I mean, first off, I don't know why they chose Forbidden Siren 2, but then they chose a picture of the first game. That's beyond me. That's beyond my understanding. I don't know what the hell they were thinking here, but whatever. Forbidden Siren 2. Yes, this is an absolutely awesome horror game. I think Forbidden Siren 2 is also in my top 10. I mean, maybe not specifically 2. I love 2. I love 1. I love 3. 1 I recently just finished for the first time and thought to myself, wow, okay. That was a mess of a game, but really fun. Forbidden Siren 2, way better. Way better game. And I loved playing through it. It's like a fever dream, just like the first game, but improved upon it. There's more variety, there's more gameplay mechanics, the story is more fleshed out this time. Forbidden Siren 2 is awesome. Unfortunately, it does not have German voice acting, and I do in fact dread it. Because the first game did have German voice acting, and despite it being shit, I kinda loved it, unironically. I unironically thought that it was charming, but yeah, whatever. Why do I think that this placement and the game they chose is not possibly the best? Number 1, I would have went for Siren Blood Curse. You know which game I mean. Guys, I would have went with this entry in the franchise. Siren Blood Curse. Siren Blood Curse in my eyes. This is a 10 out of 10 horror game. And I don't want to spoil too much, but if this game was on the list, there is the potential and big chance that this wouldn't be number 1. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, is the scariest game I've ever played in my life. This is so fucking scary. I'm a little bit afraid playing it here and there. It's different with Forbidden Siren 1 and 2. They're scary as well. But this one is on another level. On top of that, it's a remake of the first game that in my eyes actually does many things better than the first. But you know, many people don't want to agree with that. Many people say, oh, you can't be better than the original. The original was 1,000 times better. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm talking about this and that and the third, you know. Yeah, but 12 is in my eyes also a bit of too far down. I think if anything, Forbidden Siren 2 would be a 9 of placement. 9 is very fair. Let's read into it, shall we? Ah, fucking hell. The PlayStation 2 was home to many giants of the survival horror genre, thanks to the likes of Resident Evil 4, Silent Hill 2, and even Fatal Frame. But equally scary classics that less well known as Forbidden Siren 2. The story follows a group of stranded survivors on a remote Japanese island, exploiting the best J-horror tropes. The episodical style mystery has a steep learning curve, trying to master the unique sidejacking ability, with less of peer through the eyes of both friends and foes, to navigate its rain-soaked levels. It's tricky, but once mastered, you're left with a refreshing, unique horror experience. That is true, I agree with it. But Siren Blood Curse is better. Just saying. Just saying. Resident Evil, which one? I believe the first. Yes. Houston, we have a problem. Yes, I know Resident Evil 1 pretty much kickstarted the whole wave of survival horror back in the 90s. Yes, I know. But I don't know. I feel like Resident Evil 1. Do we really? Is there really ever a reason to put this on a top 10 list of best horror games? I don't think so. It's neither scary. It didn't hold the test of time. It's too janky. I don't know, guys. I think if anything, I would have understood if the remake was on here. The remake is miles better, and it's scary, more atmospheric, better performance, better controls, better graphics. It holds the test of time despite being a GameCube game. This one, no. I do not gladly ever return back to the first game, because it is such a messy game to go back to, just like Clock Tower. I feel like the rest of this list, the last 10 games, will be either nostalgia driven or what are the most popularist horror games. Something in me tells me that in the top 3 or 5 there will be Five Nights at Freddy's, or at least somewhere in the underneath this game. I would be surprised if it wasn't here. Do I want to reach through Resident Evil 1? Not really. I think I know exactly what they're gonna say. Oh, it started the genre, blah 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 blah. Next game. Five Nights at fucking Freddy's. I called it! I called it! You know? I called it! Five Nights at Freddy's! On top of that, it's this high! This high! Bro! And it's the first game, the worst one! Ah, it's not the worst. No. The worst is part 5. And 4. Guys, for real? Five Nights at Freddy's? It's not 2014, my friends. Nobody played that game for its unique gameplay. I mean, we actually did. But most of the people play it for the stupid fucking characters that this game has. I'm not a fan of character horror games anyway. I think they're infesting the market. They're ruining the whole genre of horror gaming in general. And there's a huge fucking wave of these type of games rather than actual good horror games. And it pisses me off. I hate that Five Nights at Freddy's kickstarted that shit. And I hate how this is one of the laziest horror games ever. The developer didn't bother making any story up. He let the fans make the story up and he just agreed upon it. And then he sold these stories to make books out of them. And the fans wouldn't get a single cent out of it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous beyond me, especially placing this over guys, Resident Evil. I know I trashed it before, but I played over this game. And it deserves the spot more than this game. Forbidden Siren 2 deserves the spot more. Clock Tower deserves the spot more. Soma, I assume. Alan Wake, yeah, even that game. Until Dawn, that too. All of these games deserve it more. Five Nights at Freddy's would be at the very bottom of my list if I had to put it in there. Because this is in no way a game that is super duper innovative and essential to the horror spectrum. This is just a cash cow of a franchise. And people, you need to wake up. What the fuck does Five Nights... This is a merchandise horror game. All it's there for is to sell merchandise and nothing else. It may have started genuine, the first 3 games being relatively decent, But then it all spiraled into madness, out of control. Oh my god. I bet the backrooms will be on here as well. I bet the backrooms will be on here as well. I mean, that would actually surprise me though. Okay, let me try to predict the last 9 spots. I believe Resident Evil 4 will be on there. I believe PT or any Silent Hill will be on there. I believe Fatal Frame will be there. What is a PC horror game that people play? Maybe Fear will be there. That would be interesting. They would really shock me if Doom was on there. Anything on the PS1? I'd be surprised if any Sega Saturn survival horror games would be on there. Or Dreamcast. I mean, they can only surprise me with the next 9. Let's go. I don't want to even know the opinion. Resident Evil 4. Did I say it or did I say it? It's the remake version. It's the remake version, but they use a picture of the old one. Wow. IGN, you're just fascinating me. We have a Forbidden Siren 2 over here again. Yeah. Understandable. Understandable. This game should quite frankly be in anybody's top 10. Both the original or the new one. They're both fantastic. I don't mind this placement. And it's a cult classic, and I think it stood the test of time. More so than the first game. But having 2 Resident Evils on the same list is a bit beyond me. Next. Oh, I completely forgot about Left 4 Dead, I must admit. But yeah, Left 4 Dead is pretty good. It's maybe not an 8. I would have maybe put it somewhere in 13, 14 maybe. But it's a respectable choice. I like Left 4 Dead. I played it a lot with my friends back then, especially the mods. We never played the normal game, always the mods. There used to be a Crash Bandicoot mod where you were running as Crash and Cortex, Coco around the whole entire Crash Bandicoot area. You know, the first level of Crash 3, for instance, and shit like that. It was kind of interesting. I'm actually curious if this works. No, it doesn't. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, Left 4 Dead. Alright. Outlast. I completely forgot about that one. Yeah, this game is scary. And they chose the first game specifically. I agree with this decision. The other games are not so scary. But Outlast 1 is definitely scary. Yeah. Accepted. I understand. Next one. Alien Iso. I mentioned this one before. They placed it relatively high. Okay, that is actually a surprise. Understandable. Very good game. Next. Dead Space. How did I forget that game? Yeah, definitely. Top 5 is very understandable. I think Dead Space is, if you take Resident Evil 4 and perfect it to the last core. This is an absolute perfection of a game. Some say Dead Space 2, some say... Nobody says Dead Space 3. Some say Dead Space 2 is better, deserves it more, but I think Dead Space 1 is definitely the better choice. It's more scarier, it has more impact on me, it's more replayable than 2, and overall, yeah. This is a completely understandable decision in my book, and I don't want to fault them for anything. Next. PT, I called it. I said it's either gonna be Silent Hill or PT, or both. PT's on here? Surprisingly, it's on 4. I kind of expected it to be on... Oh, hell nah. Okay, wait. Number 1 is gonna be Resident Evil 7 or Silent Hill 2. One of these it will be. Maybe I'm wrong, but one of these 2 it will be. Okay, PT on 4. I believe it's kind of stupid to put it on here. This is not... And it's unfair towards the other games. This is just a demo. This is a demo. It's a game that never released. It's a demo. Why would you put a demo in the top 25 best horror games ever? Games. This is not a game. A demo is not a full-fledged game. It's just a test. So this being on here is a bit mind-boggling, but predictable. I kind of knew it would be on here, and I kind of knew it was gonna be top 5 or 3. So, yeah, let me read it. I'm actually interested in what they say. PT may not have been a full release, exactly, and it's no longer available, that too. So we debate whether it should even be on this list. Well, shouldn't be on this list if you ask me. Hence the name PT. It's one of the scariest games ever made, and such deserves recognition. It deserves recognition, but therefore you guys should have maybe made a honorable mention and not like put it on the list. The results of a cross-industry, once in a console generation collaboration between acclaimed creators Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. Well, we did get Death Stranding afterwards. Then there was the game itself, which was terrifying and revealed as fashion PT, which had in a single beautiful rendered looping hallway. It pretty much kickstarted an entire genre of these looping encounter games. There's a wave of these right now, which is insane, where you're like just walking constantly in a loop. It's funny, that was most likely not what PT was even gonna be like. It was gonna be more closely to the original Silent Hills, but everybody loved the demo so much they made the demo its entire identity. Yeah, I think it shouldn't be on the list, but alright. Amnesia, hey! Yeah, well deserved. Amnesia is fun, you have a lot of mods to choose from, for instance, and play. Understandable. Okay, now we have it. You can't do that. Resident Evil 3 times on the list. You know, you guys should have settled for one Resident Evil game and only one. But they chose 3 separate Resident Evil games. I get it, the franchise is awesome and they're the king of horrors. I mean, I personally, I would have chosen this game over 4 and over 1. But no, they were greedy. They had to put 3 separate Resident Evil games on this list. And yes, this game is super fucking good and can be scary. And it's one of my favorite games of all time. At this time they actually chose the correct picture. They chose the remake and the picture of the remake, and not like for whatever reason put Lara Croft or whatever hell on here. Yeah. Good decision, but 3 Resident Evil games in one list, that is stupid. No. Last but not least, okay. Resident Evil was already there. I doubt they're gonna put Resident Evil 7 on here. I would be so surprised. It's either gonna be Silent Hill 2, or what else should it be? It's Silent Hill 2, right? It's Silent Hill 2. But the remake. Oh. Okay. I mean, understandable. I think the remake was one of the best remakes I've played in this console generation. And therefore deserves all recognition, because it is a really good remake as well. Very faithful to the original. In fact, even better. Fixes a lot of the issues the original had. And all in all, yeah. But Silent Hill 2, oh my god, the stupid chair. Silent Hill 2 is not scary. No, not at all. Silent Hill 2 is the least scariest in the entire franchise. I think Silent Hill 3 was the scariest. Silent Hill 4 even. Even the PS1 game was scarier. Silent Hill 2 just has the benefit because of the story. The story can be considered as a scary story. Yes, that's what it is. But it's in no way number 1 of the scariest game of all time. Let me read in. When it comes to representing real terror and its consequences, it doesn't get any scarier than Silent Hill 2. It's an increasingly disturbing psychological journey to the repressed thoughts of an unamusing protagonist and the tortured soul he meets along the way. Emotionally tragic guilt, anger, abuse, and the horrible ways the resulting trauma manifests are handled with the grace and maturity that only strengthens Silent Hill 2's disturbing subject matter. The mounting feeling that you're fleeing from an inescapable mistake, all leading up to the haunting revelation at the end of a devastating fight against one of the video game's most menacing antagonists, make Silent Hill 2 the scariest game of all time. Okay, so they see it from the perspective which I assumed they would see it in. From a, storytelling perspective, it is scary. I agree. The reason Silent 2 is perhaps the breakest, most somber game ever made. A Bloober team has successfully recreated miserable magic, ensuring the remake is deeply effective to send it to generally uncomfortable terror. Remake Team Silent's Nightmare's vision is preserved. It's a modern reminder not just of an era where Konami was master of survival horror, so significant. False statement. Capcom isn't, will always be the master of survival horror. Speaking of, I have not seen Alone in the Dark on this list. That is, in my eyes, huge heresy. Considering that it's a top 25 best horror games, and they put Slender the Arrival and Five Nights at Freddy's on here, and 3 Resident Evil games, there was not a single mention of Alone in the Dark. I have to go back to Silent Hill 1, I mean Resident Evil 1. Did they mention Alone in the Dark? If they didn't, then that is absolutely bad journalism in my eyes. It's hard to imagine horror playing a glowing zombie infested something was Resident Evil 4. They did not mention Alone in the Dark. Alone in the Dark does not exist to IGN. Alone in the Dark is the Sonic the Hedgehog of IGN. The horror version of Sonic the Hedgehog to IGN. Alone in the Dark was never good. 0 out of 10. Guys, you can't make a list like that and not add Alone in the Dark. They were the original godfathers of the genre. And it had enough games you could choose from. All of them survival horror, to put it on the list. I would have personally, if this was my list, put Alone in the Dark and New Nightmare on here. That game is brilliant. That is a fantastic horror game. It's way better than Resident Evil 1. Yeah, I say that right now as it is. Better than Resident Evil 1. Why? Even, guys, I swear to God, wait. You don't have to put this on the list. There's no fucking need of you to put this on the list. But the very first game had a remake on the PS5. Am I a joke to you, IGN? No, we just don't like you. It's not personal, kid. What? Come on. I feel like I'm being shitted on the face right now. Is it because Alone in the Dark had, Alone in the Dark Inferno as a game? Because people were like, oh, that game is horrible? Guys! I haven't played this remake yet, but it's a remake of the first game. Just mentioning it would have already been a honorable mention. I heard it's really good. I have to play it. But Jesus, you can't just put 3 Resident Evil games on a list and not mention Alone in the Dark. What? Are you guys retarded? This is like no, I swear. This is like making a list. Top 25 best British heavy metal bands and not putting Iron Maiden on there. Would they do that? I assume. But IGN thankfully does not put their dick into metal. They thankfully plug it out. It's not a topic of theirs. I'm glad it's not. IGN needs to stay away, as far away as possible from that topic, in my eyes. But what is this? No Alone in the Dark? Ah, God damn it. Okay. My overall views on this list. What do you guys think? There were some good decisions made here. Okay, let's actually reflect back on what we just saw. Let's reflect back on what we saw. So, this game is really good. I think the guy has great sunglasses. I wish I was like... No, okay, this is not a game. Stay Out of the House. Okay, fair. It's okay that it's on here. Doesn't bother me. This is a joke. Why would you put this game on here? There is another Slender game, and that game is way better than this. Evil Within. The placement is ridiculous. The choosing of this game? Yeah. Pretty good. Condemned. Placement ridiculous. But the game is good. Manhunt. In my opinion, not a horror game. But it's pretty good. Inside. Not a horror game either. Visage. Criminally underrated. And way too far down on this list. Deserves a way higher spot. Phasmophobia. Understandable. Dead by Daylight. Until Dawn. Understandable. Alan Wake 2. Understandable. Soma. I think so. I don't know. Clock Tower. Maybe the wrong decision in my book. Forbidden Siren 2. The wrong decision, but understandable and kind of cool with them to choose that one. Resident Evil 1. Absolutely misplaced on this list. Five Nights at Freddy's absolutely has no place on this list. Resident Evil 4. Again? Left 4 Dead. Okay, understandable. Outlast. Understandable. Alien Isolation. Understandable. Dead Space. That too. PT. Unfair placement. Doesn't belong here. Amnesia. Okay, good. Resident Evil 2. Again? Resident Evil? Silent Hill 2 the remake. Yes, good game, but misplaced, and maybe also the wrong game you chose. So in my book, this list would look very, 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 very different. I would add games like The Suffering on there. I would add Fatal Frame on there. I would add a million other games on there. Million other games. Like, look, let me look over here. I don't actually have a lot of horror games on this. Alone in the Dark deserves to be on there. Alone in the Dark, definitely. We said The Suffering. Yeah, The Suffering, definitely. Yeah. I'd even say Eternal Darkness. Eternal Darkness, yeah. Deserves to be on there as well. It would have been a great representation of what a Nintendo had. Or even Luigi's Mansion. Look, guys, look. Is it that hard? Is it that hard? Have you guys at IGN ever touched video games before? You guys? You guys chose such bare bones games for your list. But ignored the Nintendo representation over here. Luigi's Mansion and Eternal Darkness. Two games that could have very well been on this list. This one is highly regarded as the best horror game Nintendo ever made. Despite being kid-friendly, would have been an interesting thing on the list to put it on here. This game, the only fucking game by Nintendo from back in the day, where it is a full-fledged survival horror title. Why was none of them on the list? I can understand Luigi's Mansion, but at least Eternal Darkness deserves a spot. Way more than fucking Slenderman, than Five Nights at Freddy's. Two games which have absolutely no spot on this list. Inside, Manhunt. Two games which are quite spooky, but they're not horror games. No! Guys, sorry to sound like a whining bitch, but... And Alone in the Dark. I don't know. This is such typical IGN bullshit. You can't make this shit up. Let me read the comments. Are there any comments? Oh, there is. Inconsistent ranking states that it's about horror aspect rather than just the games, but ignores when convenient. PT, while good, is overrated. Resident Evil 1 remake is better and scarier than the original. Thank you. If it's legacy that matters, then the original should be first, not 11th. And Alone in the Dark would get a look in. But I'm guessing the list was thrown together to prop up Silent Hill 2, of which I agree that the original was a touch better. Also, Eternal Darkness snubbed. You see? Fatal Frame. You see? In fact, huge recently bias that makes the inclusion of Clock Tower look like it was placed there to add the credibility to the rest of the list. This man spoke out of my soul. This man knows what he's talking about. Fear, Bioshock. I agree, both of these games were not on here. Both of these games were good. Okay, maybe Fear is not a horror game, but it's half horror, half. Bioshock, definitely horror. Should have been on here. Remove Left 4 Dead inside in PT. Okay, I don't understand why you would remove Left 4 Dead. I think that one fits. It is more action, but it is definitely horror as well. Also seems strange to make a list of best, but then hold the age of the game against it. Stupid. Resident Evil 7 in VR is easy top. Yeah, Resident Evil 7 I think... yeah, I mean we already had Resident Evil. But I guess the experience is very subjective. It is. Nice to see Alien Isolation. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, it takes Silent Hill 3 over 2. Me as well. RE2 definitely deserves to be on this list, but number 2 only? No way. That's number 1 or something like that. Yeah. Dead Space all day, every day. I agree. Left 4 Dead, RE4, RE2, Dead by Daylight, not scary games at all. Horror genre? Sure. Scary? No. Yeah. I mean, it seems like I'm mostly in the right with this one. I think that I would make a top 25 best horror video games ever list way better than IGN. I think I would. I think what they did here is inconsistent mumbo jumbo. It makes no sense. You know, I think even my grandma would make a better list. Crazy. No, I'm just baffled a bit. There were some good things here, but a lot of it was mumbo jumbo. But it was to be expected by IGN. I wonder if they have another stupid list like that that I could, like, I don't know, watch for fun. Actually go very far down. What kind of stupid layout is this? My favorite Black Friday video game news and why you should snag them down. Okay, I'm curious. Let me see. IGN recommendations. If IGN recommends it, it must be fucking cream de la cream, right? We already know that they have great taste in horror, not even adding Alone in the Dark on a list, where it has to be on there. Oh, and it doesn't want to load up. Great. There you go. Elden Ring, no. That, yeah. I don't know. What else could we actually watch? I don't know, kind of... This chair makes me go crazy. I want a drink of water. I think I screamed enough. Yeah. That was definitely an emotional roller coaster. Do they have other shitty lists like that? I mean, who wrote that one before? They usually write down who the journalist behind this is. It must be an absolute mofo of a gamer, I'm telling you. Okay, who did it? Doesn't say anywhere. Here is actually a list done by the fans from a voting, apparently. Silent Hill 2 has won, surprisingly, again. Once again with this PT bullshit, guys, that's not a game. And too much Resident Evil. Guys, can you just settle for one Resident Evil? To call it the best? I get it, Resident Evil is so good you can have multiple awesome games. But for a list like this, I think a bit more consistency needs to be there. This is not a top 10 best Resident Evil games. Top 50. Top 50. What? They couldn't think of more games, so they had to put a shit ton of Resident Evil on here. Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 2. Oh my god, guys. Okay, look, it starts somewhere here. No way. No way. Okay. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fucking we are. 6. No, wait, no, not that. 6, 7, 8, 9. Fucking hell. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Resident Evil titles on a list of 50 games. Now Silent Hill, because I just noticed there's a shit ton of Silent Hill on here. Look, why would you even put Homecoming on this list to begin with? This game is shit. This game is horrible. It shouldn't be on the list to begin with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not even a game. 6, 7, 8. 8 Silent Hills. 14 Resident Evils. What does that equal? That equals over 20. So, Jesus, Dead Space 3 even. That's not even horror. That's not even remotely horror. 2 and 1, yeah. 3, no. Visage is once again way too far down. The Walking Dead is not a horror game. It's a fucking point and click adventure. It's not even scary. Inside doesn't belong here. Phantasmophobia, alright, okay. Left 4 Dead, you guys, you know, when you make 40 and 39, both Left 4 Dead, why just not settle for Left 4 Dead 2 alone? In fact, I'd say you don't need fucking Left 4 Dead 1 if you got Left 4 Dead 2. When you play this game, the other one becomes automatically useless to me. There's no reason to play 1. Little Nightmare, okay, I get it. For whatever reason, there's Fear 2 on here, Fear 1, and I believe somewhere Fear 3, but we'll get to that. Fatal Frame has 2 spots on here, okay. Strangely not the third game. Oh my god, look, Little Nightmare 2, Little Nightmare 1. Outlast 2. Why would you put them both together in the same, you know? Whatever. Not so, I'm not... But you see how stupid that is. You see how stupid that is. Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Dead Space, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Dead Space. This is so stupid. You can't make this shit up. Even the fans are beyond stupid. Like, you can't do that. Tell me which normal ass top 10 list has 10 million times the same fucking game from the same franchise on here. We have Resident Evil 2 the remake. We have Resident Evil 2 the original. This one makes this one absolutely obsolete. Same with this one. It makes the old one absolutely obsolete, and it shouldn't even be on the list to begin with. If you add this is what I'm talking about. If you guys, why, you know, they could have even put the remake on here, but they for whatever reason didn't do it. So why in the fuck would you make a list like this and even allow the same fucking game to be added onto it twice? I'm surprised the Dead Space remake wasn't on here. Quite frankly, I'm surprised. There's already 3 Dead Space games on here. It's weird, but it is what it is. Jesus. No. This is stupid. Can I, like, vote? Can I vote for this Mambo Jumbo? You get a... Yeah, I have to. No. Shut the fuck up, okay? No, I don't... Okay, it was May 2023. That's not where the remake came out. Both of these games, I believe. Let me go to the reviews. All reviews. I want to see. Oh yeah, I forgot they make movie reviews. Hell nah. Fucking The Wicked. No, I don't want to. This is another Disney trash movie that is coming out in the following days or weeks or whatever. Or did already come out. Okay, quick question. Because I notice Ariana Grande is on here. I get it, she started off as an actress, but I don't see her as such. She's more of a musician. And I'm like sometimes wondering, it's nothing against her right now, but I'm wondering what is the big deal of always adding these these fucking top tier musicians onto movies. It's like adding Taylor Swift to a movie. I already know without seeing her perform that she's probably a bad actress. She's a good singer, I'll give her that. I don't listen to her music, but why would you let her act? Why? Oh my god. Is there anything interesting they review? I see just a bunch of bullshit. Gladiator 2, I didn't even know a new one is coming. What the hell? The Penguin, final, 7 out of 10. Bruh. Arcane, overrated as hell. Oh wow, a 4. How bad must this movie be if it gets a 4? Mike Mammon. Mammon, you have no fucking clue. Anyways. 4. Disappointed, but stuffing is runtime dull and monitors challenge. Not enough to grandiose moments and inspire newest characters in the series. Maybe that's true, I don't know, I haven't seen the new one. But let's actually go to a movie or a show that I have seen. Let's start up with games. They review board games since when? This is not a game, right? Okay. Oh yeah. Mario and Luigi Brothership. I haven't played it, but I heard nothing but bad things from IGN's side. Metal Slug Tactics gets an 8. Okay. Slitherhead I'm interested in. I haven't played it though. I did not know that the zombie campaigns get their own review. Okay, what did I play? Oh, what? Dragon Age Veilguard 9 out of 10. Ooh. I have played this. This is honestly a surprise to me to see them give it a 9. But I want to find something which is going to baffle me. Baffle me greatly. So warm sport game. Oh, this stupid chair. Something that would greatly infuriate me. Frank Stone. Okay. Wow, 7? I'm surprised that this game gets a 7. Wow. There's actually nothing here that I have played where I can get infuriated, honestly. Movies, another juxtaposition here. There's a new Wallace and Gromit. I watched Mr. Crockett, but giving it a 5 out of 10 is maybe a bit... It's maybe a bit exaggerated. I think a 7 would have done the job. Not ready for prime time. Okay. For those who don't know, Mr. Crockett is a movie with this black TV persona coming out of the TV and punishing your parents if they behave bad. Okay. Clowns having moments in pop culture. The Joker, the People's Joker, Art the Clown, half of the contestants on Dragula. Hulu's new original film Mr. Crockett is vibrating on a slightly different frequency. These are the bright colors and strained minds of 90s kids TV, not the circus kind. Think Barney and Friends but evil, but its demented carnivalesque style is close enough to count. In the gore scenes, which are surprisingly plentiful, give the premise it frequently recalls Terrifying movies, in which the action completely stops the audience and can admire the practical effects. This is not a compliment. This is not a compliment, okay? Mr. Crockett builds on direction Brandon Espy's short film of the same name, produced for Hulu's bite-sized Halloween anthology series in 2022. The short established the broad outline of the premise, which remains the same in the feature. Single mom Summer Jerrica Hinton is at her limit dealing with her hyperactive son Major, what a stupid name, whose obsession with kids shows hosted by Mr. Crockett gives Summer brief respite and drives her up the wall. The feature-length version gives the unsettling cheerful kids show host a moralistic motivation, as well as some deep lore. Both editions complicate the concept and one of them undermines it. What's your favorite version of kids show gone terribly wrong? I watched Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, I guess. Yeah, okay. On the positive side, the new Mr. Crockett surrounds Nolasco with menagerie of mascots designed by illustrator Alex Pardee. The daytime version of the critters are what you'd expect. Chipper and colorful with big smiles and shiny fur, but the nightmare versions are where it's really at, as Pardee and the film's effects team skin the creatures to expose dangling eyeballs, raw strips to flesh, and rows of fang caked with flesh. The ways Mr. Crockett uses the characters can derivative, the specter of Poltergeist looms every time they beam out of the tube TV, and then deliver comeuppance with shades of similar scenes from the Nightmare on Elm Street series. But the puppets themselves, no notes. Where Mr. Crockett gets messy is the title character's messianic mission, punishing bad parents and taking their kids away on this TV world where everyone is happy and no one has had a dad, let alone an abusive one. This is where much of the film's grit comes from. One little girl has a neglectful, junky father, another boy has a bullying stepdad who forced feed him into the cries. Both of these parents figures get punishment that fit their crimes, which is where those Terrifier-esque gore scenes come in. All of this is fine, as is a disturbingly jolly animated sequence that establishes the painful backstory behind Mr. Crockett's disturbed worldview. The problem is that this idea doesn't jibe with the film's Babadook-esque characterization of Summer. Who loses patience with Major sometimes, but overall is a decent parent. Who's trying her best. She even has a sympathetic backstory, establishing that her husband, Major Dad, died recently. And both she and Major are struggling to contain the grief, and yet Mr. Crockett comes for her anyway, raising questions the undercooked script isn't prepared to answer. If Mr. Crockett only takes kids from bad, evil parents, what does it mean that he's going after Summer and Major? Were his other victims carrying on some level too? Because they certainly weren't portrayed that way. On the whole, Mr. Crockett seems to be aiming for a vibe similar to that of the 90s horror anthology Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Hood, okay, which mixes kitschy premise and really world terrors to the edgy effect. The same occurs here as the SP places the story full of sinister takes on childlike imagery in a realistic little downbeat working class environment populated mostly by people of color. Fortunately, however, Mr. Crockett is too crude in its execution, constantly evokes a tricky hybrid tone. Descriptive is obvious, the performances are inconsistently campy and the pacing sputters through. The screenplay in particular could have used a few more drafts to resolve its clumsy exposition and thematic contradictions, but everything about Mr. Crockett, except again for the effect sequence, could use some refinement. SP is a young director and his debut feature going straight to Hulu isn't such a bad outcome, given that he's obviously still working the kinks out of his style. He does display a nasty streak of creativity that can be quite appealing in a horror director, which makes me interested in what he'd do next. He just has to strengthen his fundamentals first. Okay. Verdict. Expanded from a short film produced by the practical effects. Okay, I'll say this. The performance was not inconsistent. The major idea behind the character Mr. Crockett was definitely a bit weird. I myself was wondering why he went for that mother specifically, because she didn't do shit. So, she did nothing wrong, honestly. She was just a bit mean towards her son, because her son was honestly a bit of a piece of shit. But, you know, he was a son of a piece of shit, you could say, but you know. Stop. Piss off. That Mr. Crocker went for her made no sense in the general theme that the movie was moving forward to. It does kind of undermine the motives of Mr. Crocker, but all in all, I kind of understood it in a way where it doesn't have to be bad parents. It could be just in general what this idiot Mr. Crockett assumes to be a bad parent. He's maybe not that good at judging, to say it like that. Yeah, I think that would be fine. But yeah, 5 is in my eyes still a bit too low. 6.5 or 7 would have been in. Much of the movie is so fun to look at. The script is so stupid, it's fun. Should have been more than just 5. Oh, it has some delightful grotesque monster. Mr. Crocker is a kids show horror spoof that isn't ready for prime time. Well, I'm actually wondering. You see, another one. It's probably a 6. Watch the well-known version of the genre. Watch the 2-part Mr. Neighbor's House free on Adult Swim. Hulu is mostly filled with garbage. I pay Ben one from this perspective effects over suggest story. The story was pretty boring for the most part, but the practical effects were pretty well done, and Alaska was pretty entertaining. Yeah, I think so too. Mr. Crockett was a really fucking fun character to watch in the movie. And so were his animatronic friends. I thought they were really cool to watch, although I actually don't remember him. Oh, yeah, okay, I do remember him. He's the guy who had like this big opening. Okay, yeah. That was a movie I watched. Anything else here? What the fuck is Piece by Piece? Okay. Speak no evil, hear no evil. Oh. Hey, I'm surprised they gave it a 5. I thought they would be fully behind it. Well, okay, at least we can agree on that, IGN. The Crow review, we can agree on that as well. Hey! Jackpot, a 6 out of... Yeah, understandable. Okay. It seems like I can... In terms of movies, I can agree a lot. What the fuck is Frankie Frico? That looks fun. I want to watch that. I would want to watch that, honestly. What else do we have here? Oh, this looks stupid. This looks really stupid. Is this even a 90s movie? I mean, it has the lighting of a 90s movie. But I don't remember. Nah, this is a modern movie. The cover is more modern than 90s. They did pretty well job. I mean, if this is supposed to look like the 90s, then wow, bravo. Good job on that. Whoever made this looks really good. Yeah, I want to watch that. This looks fun. What's your favorite tiny terror franchise of the 80s and 90s? Puppet Master. I'm probably on the minority. Yeah, I knew it. But I love Puppet Master. I think Puppet Master was cool. How is the new Beverly Hills Cop? Oh fuck, I was voting shit. Let me see the results. I'm actually curious. Deadpool and Wolverine, that piece of shit movie. Even my dad said it's grotesquely horrible. Furiosa was pretty good, I liked it. I didn't watch that many movies, I must admit. The Fall Guy. Why does this look like a comedy movie, like Quiet Place? I know it's not one, but it looks like one. Monkey Man. I heard good things about this one. Long Legs. Smile 2 I heard good things about, surprisingly. Play the face off. Yeah, come on, give me the face off. This is actually fun. I have watched none of them, so yeah, eliminate. Yeah, eliminate. Okay. What is piece by piece? I want to see that, but I doubt it's probably better than Abigail, let's be honest. Oh, Bad Boys by a mile. Frankie Frico. I watched this. I know it's probably heretic what I'm doing here. What is that? Lisa Frankenstein. That looks cool. I want to watch that. But I'll take this. So Diddy Party. Paddington is always good. There was a new Ghostbusters. I'll take this. Kung Fu Panda 4. Oh yeah. Yeah, Kung Fu Panda. Give me Kung Fu Panda. The first Omen is pretty good. Gladiator 2 I imagine can be really good. Monkey Man I imagine is better. Well, I didn't even know there was a Watchman, but I'll take it. Although I'm not even a fan. Furiosa! Okay. No. No Joker in this house. Yeah, I just think it's fine. I don't know. I feel like I haven't watched enough to really do it. I watched more movies from last year than this year. Guys want to see a funny picture of me? I don't know, can this be viewed on stream? Actually, let me see. Brilliant! This should be my phone background picture. I love this. This looks so fucking funny. Look. Great. Brilliant. Absolutely magnificent. Never seen before, never been there before, you know? Fuck, let me put this back in. How do I look? Let me zoom in. Wow. Look at my little nose piercing, which is not even a true one. Yeah, by the way, I shaved off my beard in entirety. I just wanted to see myself again in my prime, like full, no hair, nothing. And I love it. It's great. I love the phases where I have no hair. The faces, you get it? Yeah. Okay, let's go back over here. We don't need that big of an ermine. I'm already big as I am. I think Maxime, though. What else could we do? I'm thinking. Best of your board game. Board game. What about actually, Let me go on Steam. Let me go on Steam. I actually want to see something. Of course, Steam always needs actualizations. Always. Oh, it opened. Look at this, it's Steam time, baby! This is my game library. You guys want to see my account? Of course I have to. It's my account. Don't bother her. She's just good looking. I want to point this little thing out. I've hey, sorry, I saw your profile and I just thought you looked cute in your picture. I really wanted to tell you that. It's really rare to see girls playing video games. I don't know why it's a guy thing, honestly. I'm like really against misogyny, and like I'll be the one in the kitchen making sandwiches, you know. We should really play Left 4 Dead 2 sometime. It's a really cool zombie game with a lot of scary moments, but don't worry, I'll be there to protect you. Sorry that wasn't flirting, I swear. I'm just trying to be friendly. I really like your profile picture. Sorry, was that too far? Really sorry. I'm really shy. I don't go out much. Add me on Skype. We should talk more. You look really nice and fun. This was something that somebody once sent at me after I had an iCarly profile picture. I think I can actually look up all my profile pictures. By the way, I'm from Canada, Alberta. For those who don't know, PS2, 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 PS2. These 4 games are the holy grail of this account. These 4 games. Hey! Okay, where are my games? Where are my games? There they are. Alright, what could we play? I don't have that much installed anyway. I'd be down to trying out 2. Should we try out 2? Guys, should we go in? Playing 2? Or maybe FIFO's Night? What is FIFO's Night anyway?
It looks fun. Let's play FIFO's Night. Let's go for FIFO's Night.
FIFO! Oh my god, it actually functions. Holy shit. Controller extremely recommended. Oh, I may have to close this down then. I don't think this is a game we should play. Oh my god, it functions! Usually it wouldn't. I cannot even play PS1 games on this computer. FIFO presiona cualquier botón. I don't know which language this is. Jugar opciones. Salir el escritorio. Opciones. Audio, juego, gráficos. Oh, this is Spanish. Hell yeah! Música, put it down, efectos de sonidos, yeah. Charming. Datos sin aplicar. ¿Quiere guardo le cambio antes de salir? Sí. Gráficos, audio, juego. Juego no español. English. 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 English, yeah. Sensibilidad verticale. Sensibilidad horizontal. Cámara en vertical. Sí, señor. Audio game graphics. The graphics. Graphics. We put that on fucking low. My PC can't handle more, it seems like. Ooh. More, it seems like. Let's go back. Let's play the game. Slot 1. Holy shit, I can't believe I'm playing something on my PC and it's not GTA. But the frame rate is horrendous. It's because I'm streaming, otherwise it would be pretty damn good. If this PC cannot stream and play games at the same time, we already saw it when I played Captain Blaubeer. It was like hanging all the time. Ooh, look, I'm the frame rate ghost from Spain. Espionaza. Espionaza de la casa. The ghost is coming in town, brother. Jump. I am going to smash Crash Bandicoot still. Oh my god, it's a fucking Crash ripoff. I'm honest to god surprised it's this. Why is this not on console, FIFO's Night? You know, if the controller is extremely recommended, then put it on console. Why is it just on PC? Ha 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 ha. Okay. Shit, brother, what's up with the performance? This is ungodly. It feels like Crashed with Sanity, but with ghosts. Oh my god, this is unplayable. Oh, sorry. Exit to desktop. I'm sorry. FIFO, me and you are not gonna have a good relationship anymore. Shut the fuck up, Avast. Sonic Lost World I could play, but I strongly don't want to play that. Let's play 2, the Ill Ward. Oh, what the hell? DirectX free version. DirectX free, always DirectX free. What even is this game? Looks like an anime title. Ah! Oh my god. There's nothing on here I could like play and like quickly down. What is this? Start up the game about anime. Let me get my charger because my phone needs to load. It needs a big load. By the way, guys, I got a new shirt. Looks something like this. It's not a shirt, it's a tunic actually, you know? A nice little tunic. Pretty good. Has a 90s style going on. I like it. Oh shit. There it is. Yo, Nabil, what's up, man? Seems like we're playing fuck, zwei pack, you know. How you doing, bro? Plug in my phone so we can load when I'm playing the gospel. Yo, what the fuck does that mean, bruh? Why are you not playing the game? Ah, stop it. If you don't want to start, then I'll play something else instead. I'll play Reciteer. Let's play this. Just play the fucking game, I swear to God. Hey, good guys, I got 2 new games in my collection. Dark Cloud and Zone of Ender. Oh my god, this is one of these games. Item Encyclopedia, start a new game option menu. Oh no, what is that? What is this shit? What is this shit? Oh wow. This game is falling behind, I'm telling you. Is there another way to... I can't, okay. This looks horrible. This looks like I'm streaming PS1 or something. Where I'm good, just practicing my yo-yo tricks. Oh, cool! Remember me playing an anime style game? Yeah. For the love of, she's still asleep. Does she really not understand how important today is? Can't eat another bite. But I can always find room for yummy candy, Mimblewurble. Wake up, please! When's it? Ohayo! Good morning! We do not have time for good morning, Recity. Are you planning on spending the rest of your life dreaming of sweets? Today is the day we set for opening the store. We did? Oh yeah, we did! Merde of all the... Listen, go wash your face and make yourself presentable. Wait, if she's like a French person... Listen, you go wash your face and make yourself presentable. Oh fuck hell, this is a bad French. And then join me downstairs. Oh, I made it Scottish. I made it Scottish again. Huh? You guys are stupid. I want to play the game. Oh no, this is a JRPG. Shut up. Want to play the game? Want to play the game? Want to play the game? Shut up, anime. Shut up. Shut up. Want to play this game? Shut up. Go. Away. Just go away. Ohio. Let me play. Okay. Shut up. We're gonna go to the pub to drink my worries away. Market. Town square. Merchants Guild. Konnichiwa. What are you talking about? I'm not Japanese. Skip with Esk. Let's go. Skip. Oh, shut up. Oh, guys, this is so fucking boring. Do I not have anything speedy in my games list? Other than Sonic? Fuck off, I don't want to play this. This game is boring. Oh, Dead Rising 3 will not function at all. Nope. It will not work. No, it will not work. Wait, don't I have like a list of yeah, I have like a list of games. What? It was all deleted. None of the oh wait, no. Now we have the list. We could play casual, horror, platformer, platformer. Let me see platformer. None of these are quick to download, quick to play. None of them. None of them. Other than Mini Ninjas, that's a good game. Oddworld on PC? No. That's more of a PlayStation thing, you know. But I don't know what it is. Sonic CD, kind of. I kind of want to play Sonic CD. What the fuck is that? Femboy Robotnik. No. Thank you, no. Goodbye. How are you doing? What are you up to, Nabil? What are you doing, Nabil? Hi. I bet the stream is gonna fail now because I'm downloading again. You know what? Wait, let me turn on the PlayStation. By the way, I have a new TV. It's new. It's very new. It's a new TV. Takes him a million hours to turn on, but that's my new TV. Oh look, it's a game running. Heart and Stash. Let me play Heart and Stash while this game is loading. Just so I can like look inside of this whole spectrum. What is this about? Classic Let's Plays, huh? Oh my god, this game is super fast paced. And I cannot see shit. What is this? Can you guys see the gameplay? It's like, what the hell? No. But I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try to put on Tekken 8, you know? Tekken 8 is the bestest game I ever played. Oh yeah, it's Tekken 8. Oh yeah, it's Tekken 8. With the metal plate. It's the Tekken 8 experience. Tekken 8. Sonic. We can already play. Tekken cannot load. Because I need gigabyte. Is it just me or do my eyes look especially intense today? They look very weird. Definitely very weird. I'm gonna end the stream soon anyway. Just gonna pump in a bit into Sonic and just have a fun time here. Sonic the Honic, the alcoholic Sonic video setup. Sonic, just play Sonic. Come on. That's all we wanna do. Sega! Sonic video setup. Sonic, just play Sonic. Come on. That's all we wanna do. Sega! Sonic video setup. Sonic, just. I like how it cannot be seen on the stream. It's probably... Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys, I think the stream is over. I cannot get out of this loop right now. Fuck. Yeah, I'm dead, guys. I cannot get out of this. Oh no.